In fact, the end goal is to have so much glass. I want to have so many lenses that after death, I want to be buried under my lens collection. Alright, today I want to talk to you about and show you my lens collection, although it's not really much of a collection. There's only 5 lenses, in fact 4 excluding the kit lens. But the reason I'm doing it is to just document my journey. I want to come back a year later, make a video just like this one with hopefully way more lenses to show off. So let's get started. Just to set some context, firstly, I shoot on Sony, currently on the aps-c line still. I do want to get A7S III. I'm aiming for next year, but for now it's the A6300. I got it almost 3 or 4 years ago. It's currently wrapped in a black carbon fiber skin from Capes, India. I love it. The camera is still great, still going strong. Let's talk about lenses. We'll start off with the kit because that's the most boring one. Let's get that out of the way. So we have the 1650 3.5 to 5.6. Came with the camera. I don't really use it. I have it because I have it. It's all right, I guess. It's pretty small. It's so small it's almost snackable, although I wouldn't really recommend putting it in your mouth. But no, but seriously, it's pretty versatile for a kit lens. I think it's fine. I've shot maybe a few photos with it, not much, but the quality is fine. For a kit lens, I don't think you can ask for a whole lot. Next, I want to talk to you about my Sigma 16 1.4. This is probably one of the best lenses ever made for the Sony aps-c E-mount system. It's about as wide and about as fast of a lens that you're going to get for Sony aps-c, almost the full frame look. If you're into that, 16mm 1.4, it has autofocus. It comes with the great sharpness qualities of Sigma lenses. It's very robust. Honestly, everything you could ask for from a good lens. I actually made a review of the lens almost 2 or 3 years ago when it first came out, and in the review video I was actually using a review unit, a sample unit which Sigma sent me, and they later took it back within I think 2-3 weeks or something like that. But I love the lens so much I ended up buying one of my own. I have used it quite a bit. In fact, during the review period, I was actually on a road trip with Jaideep and a few others. Jaideep started his own channel, I'll link it below. We were on a South India road trip. We went to Coorg, Manipal and a bunch of other places. And one of my favorite shots that I've taken in general was of this like super long empty road. It was near Coorg, I'm going to say. I don't know the exact place, but it was this beautiful, like super clean, minimal road that I just took a video of, and it was like I think 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning, so it was super foggy, and it was just beautiful. 16mm was perfect for that type of a scenario, and just the sharpness, all of it was great. The only thing that I wish I'd done differently was I wish I shot the clip in 4K. I took it in 1080p because I wanted slow motion, because the lens doesn't have stabilization, so I thought, okay, if I take slow-mo, I'll get a decently stable shot, which I did. But looking back in retrospect, I wish I'd got a higher quality shot. But otherwise, pretty happy with it. I mostly use it for video. 16mm 1.4, can't really go wrong with it. One of its kind in the Sony E-mount system at least. Next, I want to talk about the 30mm 1.4, also from Sigma. In fact, Sigma sells this, the 30mm, the 16mm and the 58 like as part of one series. It's part of their contemporary lineup, and this is also pretty sharp, just like the 16mm, and I got it when I first bought the camera, like with the camera, so it's been a long time, and I think 30 is like the perfect focal length for me, for the type of stuff that I do, for lifestyle, for product, for street photography, all that type of stuff. My favorite shots that I've taken with it have to be from the time I shot behind the scenes for a shoot for Wipro. They were basically making a music video for Wipro. Yeah, I know, a music video for Wipro. They were filming a music video. Brother V was in it. For those of you that don't know, Brother V is like a rapper from Bangalore. I'm pretty sure his work is pretty famous worldwide now, but basically I was shooting behind the scenes for that shoot, and you know how the rap videos are, they have like pretty crazy sets, and this particular one, he was like doing like an orbit around the camera, so like he would go around in a circle, and they were shooting that scene, and I was shooting behind the scenes. And one of the shots that I took, actually I have a few variations from that particular scene, and those probably have to be my favorite shots that I've taken with the lens. I think it was great. 1.4 allowed me to shoot at night without pumping up my ISO too much, and 30mm was just the perfect focal length for me at that particular moment. Then we have the Helios 58 f2. This is actually not made for Sony lenses or Sony cameras. It's not made for E-mount. It is made in M42 mount, which is a really old lens mount. They don't make it anymore. This is a vintage lens. I think it was made in like the 1960s or 70s. So you have to get a M42 to E-mount adapter in order to use it on your camera. But once you do get it and once you do mount it on your camera, you'll see that it's like a super different lens to a regular digital or like a regular modern digital lens. These lenses tend to be very soft. They have a certain organic feeling to them, and this particular one has like a swirly bokeh effect to it. It's really quite different from something like a Sigma or a modern Sony lens, and I think that's what makes it unique. Although I don't really use it as much as I would like, since it's a 58mm. It's not like super wide. My room is not that big, so I need something a little bit wider. Plus it's only manual, and I film by myself, so I need something that has autofocus. That being said, I do have an absolute blast with it whenever I do use it. I took it on my trip to Bangkok, and one of my favorite shots that I've ever taken, although my photography career is not really like that long, but one of my favorite shots I've ever taken so far was with this lens from our Airbnb, from the terrace of my Airbnb in Bangkok. It was a street photo of just this like scene near a 7-Eleven. People were walking by, there was like neon lights and stuff like that, and that is just one of my favorite photos of all time. Apart from that, more recently I also shot a music video cover, I guess, for a friend, Clinton D'Souza. And one of the shots that I took with it in the video, was with this lens. I shot the whole thing handheld. So it was actually a very organic feeling. I really like the handheld look. I was shooting with a cage and a handle. I had a whole mini rig set up, so that's why it didn't feel that shaky. Typically if I shot with just the camera body and that lens, it would be very shaky, but for that particular shoot I think it worked out really well, and that's one of my favorite shots that I've taken in recent times. But yeah, it's pretty fun for like under 4,000. I think it was under 4 or 5,000 rupees for both the lens and adapter included. Vintage lenses are like a super fun way to experiment. I definitely want to try out and shoot more with vintage glass. In fact, the end goal is to have so much glass. I want to have so many lenses that after death I want to be buried under my my lens collection. Is that a weird thing? Anybody else feel like that? Let me know in the comments. Next, let's talk about my 85mm 1.8, which is from Viltrox. This was actually a review unit. It's the most recent lens that I got, and it's, to be honest, quite good. I'm not saying it because I got it for free, but I genuinely think it's good. I've made a whole video about it, but this is a manual lens. I mean, this particular variant is manual, but they do also have an autofocus variant. It's built super well. It's pretty big. It's pretty bulky, to be honest. If you walk around with this, you're gonna look like a serious professional for a camera this small. Like that lens is pretty big. It's another lens that I don't really use that much. 85mm is a focal length that doesn't fit the type of work that I do very much. It's very tight. It's great for portraits and street though. In fact, one of my favorite shots that I've taken with it was the time that Dinesh and I, we were shooting outside. We were at this traffic signal and we managed to get on like a high vantage point. Sounds so cool to say that. And I shot this shot of a bunch of people. I think it was a family, I don't remember exactly. They were like crossing the roads, and that particular road had like these, not zebra crossing lines, I don't know what they call them. They are like zebra crossing lines. They're not zebra crossing lines, but like I don't know what it is. You'll see in the photo. But I think that was one of my favorite shots that I've taken with the lens. We were on like a super high building, but since it was 85mm, I was able to get like a relatively tight shot, and that's pretty much it. I don't really use that lens that much again, but I would like to shoot more with it in the near future. But yeah, that's about it. Like I think I'm pretty covered in terms of lenses that I need. Like I have pretty much every focal length that I use on a daily basis. I mostly only use the 16 and 30 since I'm mostly indoors shooting for my videos. I don't really need that many new lenses, but I do want to try out. There are so many lenses that I do want to try out, like the probe lens, for example. In fact, as I just said a couple minutes ago, I want to own a lot of manual lenses because I just think it's cool. I love collecting stuff like this, and also because I just enjoy the look of old manual vintage lenses. They're not that expensive, and it's just fun. They're just fun to shoot with. I can't really use manual lenses that much when I'm shooting for myself because I'm a one-man band and I'm filming myself. But I would like to use manual lenses more when I'm shooting for others and things like that. I think they have a certain look. They look great and they're just fun all around. But yeah, that's my lens collection for 2020. I'm gonna make another video next year with hopefully way more lenses, and that's my collection. I know I've been looking away for this whole video. I wanted to film it like a documentary style, if that makes any sense. Hopefully it was alright to watch. Hopefully it was not annoying that I wasn't looking directly at you and making eye contact. But yeah, that's my lens collection. I would love for other people to make videos like this. So if you're a fellow YouTuber, make a video like this. I would like to start like a nomination thing. I would like to nominate other people, but I think that would become like too corny and stuff, so I'm not gonna go there. If you're a fellow YouTuber like and you voluntarily want to make a video like this, do it. Send me a link. I would love to listen to you talk about cameras and gear and stuff. That's about it for this video. If you enjoyed watching it, give it a like. If you did not, vote it down. If you're new around here, consider subscribing. And it's been Suraj. Thanks for watching. And like I don't really know what to say after that. I haven't figured out the new outro, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Like me, she my serving up every single plate. The hottest in the season, even summer looks away. Cause I got something to prove. I'm here cause I pay my dues, so please tell me something.